and love within me, thou art welcome. Light shines through me and illumines the way. So let us continue to meditate upon that perfect light of our love that dwells within us, shining ever and ever brighter, bringing with it perfect peace and love, no matter where we are. For no matter where we are, Spirit always meets us there. And before we begin to return to the room, let's take a moment or two to reflect on the words of Catherine Dunham, who said, "Go within every day and find the inner strength so that the world will not blow your candle out." So let us begin to return to the room, leaving the peace of the meditation behind us as we go forth into this day. And when you're ready, open your eyes and return to the room. Namaste. Yeah, I should probably go down now. Let me take my air off so we can go back and pray. Take this out so I don't choke myself. I've done that before. It's like, what's going on?
It kind of cancels it out, doesn't it?
Anyway, everybody will join me to pray.
trying to kill me.
Nobody saw that.
She's attacking me with a cane. Good morning. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Prescott, Arizona. Welcome to all of you here in the seats and all of you out there on the airwaves. Welcome. And happy Halloween. Our annual board meeting is November 28th. Please bring your questions and concerns, and we will try to answer them. I have a request from Reverend Leslie of Mad Science that any questions or concerns about the website or social media that you please see Janet, Hazel, or the board president to convey those concerns to Mad Science so that she is not overwhelmed by questions. We are having a memorial service for Ellen Myers and Paul, November 13th, here in Sibley Hall at 1:30. If you're interested in helping with the service, please see Karen Rader. We have volunteer openings. We need you, the bookstore especially. And also, we have an opening for Sunday service coordinator, and there are other opportunities to be of service to your center. A big shout out to Janet for the slideshow. And lastly, yay. And lastly, Jim Holmes has an announcement. Thank you.
This is the extent of my costume. How clever. Last week at the board meeting, we made the decision to move forward with Thanksgiving here at the center on Thanksgiving. And I noticed, I just caught the transition slide. I don't know if it had the right date on it, but I know it was sent out that it was on the 21st, which is the Sunday prior. That is not correct. We are going to be doing it on Thanksgiving Day. So any of you who don't have anywhere to go, and I don't mean that in a bad way, we're welcoming you here for a wonderful meal at the center. And also, we've already taken up what would be called a fund to pay for this. We're not dipping into the center's dollars. We've already raised more than enough money, probably to feed 50 people. And with that being said, if anyone, we really don't want you to dip into what you might tithe towards the center, because at this point in time, we're more than welcome for those funds to come in. And the last thing I'm going to say is this is not a potluck. We're doing this to provide safety for everyone in terms of the way COVID is still being handled. And we wouldn't want to, you all know what you're comfortable with, just like sitting in this room. And with that being said, well, I said it all. Thank you.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSL Prescott. And let's get a little comfortable in our seats. Either close your eyes or hold a soft gaze as we pray. There is one source, one spirit, one universal cause of whom we are all a part. It is all around us, and it is within us. As us. It is all good things, such as love, joy, abundance, charity, prosperity, hope, and peace. As a part of that one, we also have access to all of these good and positive things in our own lives, along with so many more. We meet each other in this reality, and we have the ability to reach out and show others love, joy, charity, hope, peace, and kindness. We live and move within the one and meet and respond to others in this life. So as a part of this one, we work towards bringing light to others in this life, as we are all one, all a part of the all. And so what I know is that in our interactions with others in this reality, we are the lights of spirit, lighting the way for others. I know this to be true, and I give great thanks and release my word to the law, knowing that as I do, it is so, and so it is.
So it is. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I was just thinking that, well, I played nothing but reggae music for a long time. And I am a fan of Rastafari. And the funny thing is that this will shock you, but there's a lot of crossover between what happens here and Rasta, what you would call, I don't know, theology. But one of the things that I learned from that was the concept of word sound power. That when you put voice to your thoughts, there is a power in that. I'm getting goosebumps just saying it, so I'm going to stop talking and we're going to do it. And I'm going to ask you to do an experiment with me and sing it as with all your heart. Sing right notes, sing wrong notes, it doesn't matter, because the Spirit is where? In this place. Clay, give me a little volume on this. Give me a little volume. Will we come together as a family? The drums, and we come here as we are. Well, we have come with arms wide open. Have gathered here in love. Sounds so good. Oh, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Shouts of praise, Spirit's in this place. Y'all sound great. Well, we sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life is sacred. We declare the peace Yeah, make some noise, y'all. Y'all sound good this morning.
Gets the blood going. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. And we're here to help make this place part of a better world. And I think that happens probably every Sunday that we meet, and then hopefully the rest of the week, right? So we are here to provide spiritual tools that helps make a better place. And we do this with the help of a core of licensed practitioners. We have 11 practitioners here at the center, and Sharon is one of those. You've already met her. Practitioners are happy to meet with you if you'd like some assistance with prayer. We teach. I'm a practitioner as well. We teach and we pray. And we're more than happy to meet you down here after the service, and we'll do a spiritual mind treatment with you. Okay. I've been told that there are over 1,000 different religions in this world. And we don't have candles for 1,000. We only have about 10. So we won't go through all 1,000. I'd like to invite the candle lighters to please step forward as we recognize the religions that we normally see in this country. We light a candle for Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within.
For Islam, the practice of submitting to the will of God as revealed in his prophets, peace be upon them, who taught that there is one God, creator of the heaven and the earth.
And for Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties which began with the covenant between Abraham and God.
For Buddhism, the middle path that ends suffering and awakens mindfulness and compassion.
And for Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion.
For Native American traditions and those who walk the Good Red Road, including the people of the sun that we know as the Yavapai.
And for Baha'i, the path of unity and peace.
For the goddess traditions, embracing the divine feminine as maiden, mother, and crone, the wisdom keeper.
And finally, for the science of mind, which is the philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe and that we can use it.
that's right. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you. And so it is. Well, I can see it right there before me, and I feel it deep in my soul, and I just know it, that you are an angel full of power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you, I see the wisdom in you, I see the strength that's in you, and so it is. I see the joy that's in you, I see your light shining through, I see the love that's in you, and so it is. Well, I can see it, 'cause it's right there before me, and I feel it deep in my soul, and I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the good sets in you, I see the courage in you, I see the heart that's in you, and so it is. I see the beauty in you, I see the power in you, I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the beauty in you. Now you say it after me. I see the beauty in you, and you say, so true. I see the power in you, and you say, so true. I see the greatness in you, I see the strength that's in you. That's right, I'm ad-libbing right now. I see the greatness in you, I see the joy that's in you, and we affirm by saying, so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. One more time, and so it is, and so it is.
And so now let us close our eyes or hold a soft gaze and breathe slowly and deeply, relaxing our bodies and minds. Let us focus on the beauty, the power, the grace, all good things that is in and every one because of being a part of the One. So let us now focus on the light and warmth of a bright candle, knowing that the light of Spirit lights our way, and we can light the way of others, bringing comfort and warmth and joy and beauty to those that we meet along our way. In this journey that we call life, as we meet others, we can offer them the love, hope, beauty, peace, joy, and all of the qualities of the One that we share in this space with others within the One. And so as we move through the rest of our day, let us remember to share that light of love with all whom we meet. Namaste.
Someone asked me, who should we have as the guest soloist for Halloween? I'm like, Celia?
Good morning, everyone. So, do you think this hat upstages me? Oh, that's the best answer ever. I'm going to plug this in now, okay? This is a brand new song that I sang for the first time on my concert online on Friday. So you're the first real live human breathing in front of me audience to hear it. Is that coming through? It is? Okay, because my batteries are a little persnickety. This song was inspired by a story in Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Piccoli Estes. The story is called The Skeleton Woman, and it's also called, she's called the Dama de Muertes, the Lady of Death. We tend to fear death, we tend to run away from it, but this is the time of the year where we can actually embrace and accept and allow that things change, and death is part of the life cycle. When the Dama de Muertos comes, first you will fear her and then you'll run. You'll try to impress her with worlds that you've won. When the Dama de Muertos comes, you will pull her from her watery grave. You'll think you're the hero, but you are the saved. Take her into your home and untangle her bones. When the Dama de Muertos comes. And author your heart, let her play like a drum. Nourish her with your tears, to put flesh upon her bones. When the Dama de Muertos comes, when the Dama de Muertos comes, first you will fight her and then come undone. You'll try to impress her with words from your tongue. Oh, when the Dama de Muertos comes, you will pull her from the darkest of caves. You'll think you're the master, but you are the slave. Take her into your home and untangle your throne. When the Dama de Muertos comes, author her heart, let her play like a drum. Nourish her with your tears, to put flesh upon her bones. Oh, when the Dama de Muertos come, you got to let her show you. You got to let her show you how to let it all go. You've got to offer her your heart. Let her play like a drum. Nourish her with your tears, to put flesh upon her bones. Oh, when the Dama de Muertos comes, when the Dama de Muertos comes, when the Dama de Muertos comes. Cuando la dama de los muertos viene, 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 cuando la dama de los muertos viene.
Thank you, Celia. Isn't she wonderful? Thank you. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our speaker, who is also wonderful in her own way. Many of you know her, and you know that she spends a great deal of time making contact with members here or people that need a visit at home. She's very good about that. She started off in her career as a pediatric nurse and did that for about 22 years until she met me, and I dragged her away from Riley Hospital in Indianapolis, and we went to Sedona because we were going to make love with that red rocks over there. And we did that for 2 years, but realized that's hard to do that for more than 2 years. So we came here, and we love it here. All right. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Our speaker is Reverend Dr. Karen Rader, and I think she's wonderful too.
Thank you, Richard. Are we on? I have my microphone. Can you all hear me? Is your battery plugged in? Well, I did go, I have to confess, I went to the bathroom. So, you know, it's difficult with all this. Okay, we cut this all practice a while ago, and I've been told by my Toastmaster coach, just have fun, so we're having a good time.
The weird thing is that it should be working, so let's do the hand clap. Lots of ghosts in the machine today, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna use that, we're gonna use that.
So, do we want to
Oh,
use
there.
it now?
There we go,
Okay.
now you are live.
Can you just put it in my little... I can't talk today.
This is awful. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should.
Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you for coming dressed up and in your best garb and in your fun and in just your authentic selves. Coming just as you are in your uniqueness is a gift here. And we welcome all the people out there in internet land. We know that we're all together, and there really are no boundaries. We just think they're there. So as we remember our connection, we can feel the gratitude, and I want to thank everybody that makes this service happen. I may be speaking, but I wouldn't be up here, and you wouldn't be hearing me if it hadn't been for all the volunteers that do different things on the camera, in the sound booth, the music. There is just so much going on here, and I'm really, really grateful. So Halloween, I just was curious and had to look it up. Where did that start? And it was in the Celtic family and culture, so Celia would do it so well, and she did a concert, and the title of back then was Samhain, was the festival that they had in the Celtic tradition. So it was first All Hallowed Eve, and then it became Halloween, and now it's a little bit of everything. And tomorrow is All Saints' Day, and then there is Dia de los Muertos coming soon too, and the joyful remembrance of those who have died. And I love that in the Mexican tradition. It's so beautiful, and some of you could teach me about it. I'd love to know more. And they often believed back in those days that the veil was so thin, that this was the time of year to commune with people on the other side. And so, wow, they would dress as saints and go trick-or-treating. And there were even saints that just were made-up saints. So I just want you to know, in my opinion, you all are saints. And I love coming here and looking out to see you. So the month of October, here at the Center for Spiritual Living, our theme has been going further together. And we've heard about the power of we, about the dreaming ourselves into being, about the divine community, and about taking spiritual principles deeper. So then what am I going to speak of the 5th Sunday of the month? And my choice is I'll Meet You There. You might have seen that title. And something might have come for you around that title. What does it mean for you? I'll meet you there. We want to meet in a fun place. We want to meet in a safe place where we can all be our full, creative, and authentic selves. Rumi, the 13th century Persian Sufi poet, said, "Out beyond wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there." And that's where we all want to be, in that open, safe field. And there may be different interpretations of what that field is, but to me it's a place where we can be loving and authentic and living our truth, where we can be fully present to each other, even when we disagree or see the world differently and have different glasses. And I used to think people saw the world like me often, but are you noticing? A lot of people see it differently, and just mention vaccines, and you will get an array or masks or whatever, and now we're all wearing masks and it's okay today. But I often thought that we all could see the world the same, but we don't. And it's so important that we listen to each other. And Don Miguel Ruiz, in his book, The Fifth Agreement, talks about that. That's the study book, right? This month that we're using here at the center, The Fifth Agreement. So anyway, it's about be skeptical and listen. It's okay to listen, be curious. So I was trying to think of a story of what this would mean to me personally, because those personal things really help us to get it, you know? And I remembered years ago, I went to the movies and saw that movie, Fried Green Tomatoes. How many people have seen it? It's a sweet one, isn't it? I think I want to see it again. I can't remember exactly what it was. But on the way out of the theater, there was a big backlog of people. And I look up, and there's a lady who has her walker, and she is creeping out of the theater, and everybody's trying to get around her. Now, I'd like to say that I went first to loving kindness, but I went first to hurry up, we got to get out of here. How are we going to, what, there's a fire, you know? I mean, my mind was going and going, and then I recognized, where am I allowing my mind to go? And all the time, I can recognize, where am I allowing my mind to go? So I paused and thought, I could maybe even help her. So I scurried up there and put my arm out and said, can I help you go out? And we kind of went to the side, and the herds of people went flowing out of the theater. And I looked into her eyes. She looked up at me, And I could see the soul in her. I could see the beauty in her, just like the song. And she had tears, and this movie reminded her so much of her son who had died. And apparently that grief was very fresh. And so she just needed to tell somebody. And we sat out in front of the theater, and I listened to her story. And it was the most tender thing. I'll never forget Rose. In fact, we became friends. And I would actually go to visit her at the assisted living community place where she lived. And she often invited me to visit. And I kind of wished I had followed up on her invitation to study Torah, because I didn't know anything about Torah. I didn't grow up in the Jewish tradition. But what I learned was she taught me to recognize, to pause, to realign with who I am, and then go forward in a way that is loving and kind. And I'll never forget her. It was really quite wonderful. And so we get these opportunities. They're little tiny moments all the time. And I forgot my little props. Would you bring me that bag, please? So for those of you who know me, you probably think I look like I know what I'm doing all the time and I've got it together. But quite honestly, I don these. And I have to do the halo assessment to see what's showing up here. Is it this or is it that? It's a wonderful, fun way for me to just even think about it. And so for Halloween, I had to have some kind of prop and new way. And Richard would be able to tell you stories, I'm sure. And I've done way worse than running over somebody on the way out of a theater. But I can and you can remember who you are. We are universal beings. We are our true self all the time. We just forget, and that's why we have community. We have Sangha to remind each other, who are we really? And I just really loved Sharon's meditation this morning when she said, humanity is the candle of spirit. We are the candle of spirit. Jesus said, you are the light of the world. And when I read about the Buddha, when he was dying, his last moments, his last words on his breath that he said, his followers were all around him. And they said, oh, Buddha, who is going to teach us? Who now is going to show us the way? And he said, be the light that you are. Be your own light. And we forget, but we can be our own light. And when it's tuned down, and this is what I will sometimes use my imagination. Imagination is awesome to use. And to just realize my light's a little tuned down, I'm going to tune it up. So I'll tell you another story. When I was in grade school, I had these on a lot. I had to stay after school. I had to write why I must not chew gum in school, why I must not talk. I would lose my homework and sometimes even the book bag that I carried the homework in. So that was difficult. And then in the 4th grade, the teacher came to me and said, we need somebody to be an angel in the pageantry with our first communion. And I thought, finally, somebody sees who I really am. And I know I'm an angel. And so I really, really, really wanted to not wear that. I wanted to wear the angel. No. And we can all be whatever we want. The important thing is to love ourselves just the way we are. So if I'm feeling a little devilish, a little mischievous and getting into trouble, and I won't tell you those stories, or if you are, you can pause. You can recognize where you're thinking. You can pause and say, what do I really want to think today? And then you can realign with spirit and the true self. So that's the invitation for you today. And I wonder if anyone else has been listening to the Oneness Summit with Greg Braden and the many wonderful teachers, Neil Donald Walsh, so many have had this summit, and it was easy to miss because you could hear it free for like 8 days, and now it's gone, or you can pay for it. But I try to listen to those often. And one of the recent workshops that I listened to, and Greg Braden will be getting a huge award for his humanitarian work in our culture, in our world, and he studies ancient religions and brings them together and talks about how it makes such a difference. Well, he was talking today about the universe, and I had to re-listen to a little podcast this morning. It kind of touched my heart. To the universal self that we are and how connected we are to everybody. What we don't remember is we think we're here right now. We think what we're doing is important, but it is our little importantness that does it uniquely the way we do, and there isn't anybody else that can do it just like you, and it makes a difference. There is room and opportunity for great hope right now in our world, even though it looks crazy. But maybe, I thought, maybe it's just like me, and it's growing up and trying to learn through all its mistakes. And giving it the room to do that can be difficult. I'm not saying that we need to bypass. We have to do what is ours to do to make the world a better place. And at the same time, our vision and how we say it and how we message it out is incredibly touching around the world. We think we're just here. No way. We are here, and when we remember it and send that love, it is embracing this entire planet, and it's more than just the planet. The universe is out there, and we are in there because it's not separate. We have thought we were separate. So let's come together and know we don't have to be separate anymore. And when I forget, please remind me, just give me the nudge. And I might need a little more talking to than that, but you can do that for me, and I would appreciate it deeply. So, what do I want to share? Out beyond what I appear to see in you and what you appear to see in me, there is a field, and I'll meet you there. And what Braden says is that field is that essence that encompasses everything. And here we call it often God, we call it divine love. It is here and it's everywhere, and we have that amazing opportunity to see it and to receive it. So I would like to invite you into your heart space. If you would just close your eyes or softly gaze for a moment. This is a message from Ernest Holmes and Karen. I kind of mixed us together. But you'll know his words. There is a power for good which is responding to me and bringing into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment, to my happiness, to my peace, to my health, and to my success. I know there is a power for good that enables me to help others and bless the whole world. So I say quietly to myself, there is one life. That life is God. That life is my life, and that life is perfect in my life now. I am daily guided so that I shall know what to do under every circumstance, in every situation. Realizing I am one with all people, I affirm that even if they disagree, I can see the light in them. I affirm that the silent power flowing through me and others blesses, heals, and prospers this entire world. Realizing the world is made up of people like me, I bless it and affirm that it comes under divine government and the divine providence of love and divine leadership. So with gratitude and joy, I release the word to the law and know it is done. And remember, out beyond what I appear to see in others and what others appear to see in me is our divine potential. And I know it's good and it's blossoming and blooming. And we let it be in full expression and be curious of how it unfolds. So we breathe in, feel it grounded, and take this with us the rest of the week. So this is our spiritual mind treatment to take with us, to know we are one with that divineness, and we are living it every single moment, no matter what we put on our little heads, no matter how crazy we act at times, we can be the light. And you are stardust, and I see your light, and you're so beautiful. Thank you. Namaste. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll sit here.
Thank you, Karen. I'm trying to decide which one of those hats you'll make me wear when we go home.
You all probably knew this, didn't you?
Careful, there's no hair up there. Okay. This is a time in our service where we give back to the center for what the center's given us. And so I will remind you I figured out 3 ways in which you can donate. And there's a sparkly box outside in the foyer where you can put your donations, or you can donate online to www.cslprescott.org/give. And the third way is you can donate by text, by texting the number 844-917-1240. So at this time, I would ask you to place your gift, your love offering, in your hand. And if this isn't your week to give, then just place your hand over your heart. And we'll do our affirmation. Yep, it's up there. So if you'll speak it with me. Divine love
In and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Thank you, life.
Is that coming through? Is it really? Can I get a little more of my monitor clip, please? Thank you. So, happy Halloween and happy Samhain. It is the Celtic New Year, which is part of my tradition, which is where the veil between the worlds is the thinnest. And it is Samhain, which sounds like Sam Hain, and it's a really easy mistake to make, but the Gaelic language is not intuitive. So it is Samhain. And so it is the time where the veil between the worlds is the thinnest, and we can connect with our ancestors, all of those who have gone before us. So if you want to imagine all of the wisdom and the life energy and the support and the love of all of your ancestors here in this room with you, and all of our ancestors here in this room together, I'm going to call them in, and we're going to dance. Well, if you want to. Oh, grandfather, grandfather, fill me with strength. Oh, grandfather, grandfather, protect me and provide for me. Oh, grandmother, grandmother, bless me with your nurturance. Oh, grandmother, grandmother, inspire my soul to dance. Grandfather, grandmother, ancestors, come on dance with me. Come and dance with me. Oh, grandfather, grandfather, fill me with strength. Oh, grandfather, grandfather, protect me and provide for me. Oh, grandmother, grandmother, bless me with your nurturance. Oh, grandmother, grandmother, inspire my soul to dance. Hey, hey, ancestors, come and dance with me, and I will believe, I will receive, I promise to keep on opening, and I will believe, I will receive, I promise to keep on opening. Ancestors, come and dance with me. Come and dance with me. Come and dance with me.
Thank you, Celia.
Thank you.
What a great number. At this time, I'd like to invite those of you who are new to our center. This might be the first time you've attended. Could be someone who's been here before but hasn't been around for the past few years. To stand, give us your name, where you're from, and if you don't feel like doing it, that's okay too. So, are there anyone out here that'd like to stand and introduce themselves? Nope, 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 nope. Okay, all right. Do we have kids? Yes, we have children. Great. Come on down.
Well, today we just celebrated Halloween and practiced joy.
We played games, and they were games like have an Oreo on your forehead and bring it all the way down to your mouth, only using your face muscles.
Do you guys want to talk? No? Yeah?
And we also played a game where you have to knock down all the cups.
Yep.
My favorite game was the bug game where you had to get all the bugs in the bucket. I got 9 of them in the bucket.
Nice.
And Clay, can you just dim the lights for a second here? I want to show off Miss Lotus's costume. It glows. Yeah, I know. Yes. So we have stick figure, kitty cat, and a lollipop. That's all.
Go Knights.
Great, thank you. Okay, Maestro.
Yes. I think we should do the benediction. I think we should do the benediction probably.
Okay, how about the...
We missed that.
Oh, okay. What? If you're not comfortable, just hold your hand over your heart rather than hold hands.
Okay.
Join me as we recite
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life.